Why, hello there, friends, and welcome back to 7 Days. I figured I wouldn't keep you guys hanging for too long with the Murasaki chapter, so I figured, why not just do it right now and not wait any longer, especially after how we had the finale. But, so I heard it's short, so maybe we can do it in a video. I don't know. I might be getting false information. I certainly hope not. I hope it's longer than just a video, but if it is, I feel like we're lucky to even have anything on her at all at that point, right? She definitely is definitely worthy of something, but considering none of this entire story would have happened without her, so alright, let's see what we got to go with purple envelope. The purple envelope, in fact. Oh no. I wonder when this takes place. It's probably like, oh god, why is the music already sad? Oh, it's all purple now. Ah! My heart is hurt. It was hurting. I had no idea why. The fact that Chiako and Shuichi met again was something to be happy about. Okay, so this is after. I doubted my eyes at first, but the girl I'd seen today was definitely Chiako. She was an adult, or more like she was as she would have been in the future had she survived. Yeah, like, what, 5 years older? It's fucking sweet. I was really happy about that. About the fact that Shuichi's future was connected to Chiako, even in a different timeline. This was what I'd wished for. I'd wanted this from the bottom of my heart. Aw, Murasaki. This was how it was supposed to be, and it became reality. I'd always been certain that they were connected by something invisible, something special. Then why did my heart hurt so much? Oh, Murasaki, I know. Oh, why is it popping off already? The person I liked would be happy now. Poor girl.
そっか。
Oh, no.
これが失恋。
I feel it. I feel it. Jesus. Why? It's already sad. Who knows? Maybe something. Dude, I'm already sad. It's already over for me. So we're playing through her perspective. I like that. I mean, I knew that from the purple at the very start, but I mean, like, just wanted to voice it out loud that I think it's cool. I returned home as usual. When we were leaving school, Shuichi didn't take his bag with him and just went deeper into the hallway. At the very least, it didn't look like he was about to return. He probably went to see Chiako. Feels bad. There was no car outside either, so Shuichi's mom was probably at work or shopping. I walked to the Kanzaki house without much hesitation. There was something I'd forgotten. It was an object that had been staying there during the summer, but was no longer necessary. Oh, Big Good Daddy! Which she once had Shizuku in it. Oh, Big Good Daddy! No, let me have Big Good Daddy! Oh, it wasn't here. It's probably upstairs. Could have swore that it was in this room up until only yesterday. Had I just imagined it? Dude, what kind of shit's about to happen? For some reason, I had a bad feeling that I couldn't ignore. Alright, let's put on our detective caps. The Kokeshi was back in its original spot. Oh, so it might be on the dresser where it was before Mari possessed it. So it might just be back at home. Right? I opened one of the drawers and saw a Japanese doll there. It looked as if no one had touched it for many years. Cause none of that happened. Ah, see? Cause none of that happened. Oh, none of that happened. So Big Daddy's still back at home.
もしかして
Mm-hmm. A certain possibility dawned on me, and I opened the large window leading to the balcony. No, there's no wind chime!
やっぱり
No! The wind chimes. Even they weren't there. It's okay, though, because although this is a different timeline, we still saved them. It wasn't that they had been recently removed either. They hadn't been there to begin with.
そっか
That's this timeline that we're living in now. Because we saved Chiako. Oh, God. Apparently, my mind still hadn't come to grips with what happened yesterday. This was a world where the wind chimes hadn't existed to begin with. A world without the cursed Blu-ray or even the 7 ghosts. So, that kind of still that does concern me, because what if that, like, they actually weren't saved because we changed everything? I like to think we still did. You know, they still passed on. But considering different timelines and dimensions and whatnot, that was how we'd rewritten the past. The only ones who knew that were me and Shuichi. I looked around, yet didn't see any changes in the sky or the ground.
大丈夫なのかな
Also, for some reason, Mom was, like, surprised that you were over here. Like, you just never showed up here, ever. It's kind of weird, huh? Well, I mean, I'm her subconscious now, so... Looking at the place where the wind chimes should have been made me feel a bit uneasy. Just how much of an effect had our actions had on the world. For now, besides Chiako, there was nothing all that strange. Oh, I miss the wind chimes. My baby girl Sakura! Was this world I was in even real to begin with? Sure it is. What if I was in some sort of illusion? Don't say that. No, better stop that train of thought. Yeah, you put the brakes on that. There was no basis for that, and I was just thinking about it would make me go nuts.
それも調べていく必要がありそう
What are you looking, dot. Where are we going? Murasaki, take me. I casually looked through Shuichi's room. I wasn't looking for anything in particular. I just felt that I had to check if there really was nothing notable. That was it. But just as I expected, I didn't see a single thing that was strange. The only difference was that the proof of the memory spent with the girls was gone. There was nothing unusual besides that. But we have our memories, and that's all that, you know. Upon realizing there was nothing, I sighed and just stared at the room. This was probably the last look I would get of it. What do you mean? There was no point in staying here for too long. I would return to being nothing more than a childhood friend. Aw, Murasaki, I'm sorry. Just like how this summer was rendered non-existent. Well, in actuality, yes, but in our minds, no. After placing my hand on the doorknob, I quickly turned around. I knew this feeling. What? It was the presence I'd felt many times this summer. What? It was brief this time, but there's no way I wouldn't recognize it. It was Chiako's presence, released by the cursed Blu-ray. What?
どこから
What the shit? The cursed Blu-ray couldn't exist right now. I returned to the center of the room, closed my eyes, and sharpened my senses. It was weak, but there was no mistaking it. I could feel it. What the fuck? I knew Chiako's presence well. I opened my eyes, and before me, I saw...
テレビ
It was definitely coming from somewhere around it. I took the remote and turned it on. Oh, God. What I saw was a familiar place. It was the road, not far from here. Oh, it had no security cameras or anything, but this TV here was showing that footage regardless.
なんなの
What the shit is happening? Was the curse still going on? No way. No. The feeling this gave me wasn't malicious enough to be called a curse. I figured I had to check what disc was currently in the PS4. It still just felt like FOR.
取り出し
Okay, that's weird. There's no button to remove it? What? In fact, there were no switches on the device whatsoever. Murasaki, what world are we in? How do you even turn this thing on? Well, I mean, with the PS4, it's like a button, but it's not. You, like, wave your finger over it. If there were no buttons, then... Oh, I suddenly remembered the ghost inside the smartphone.
音声認識
Sure, this was the day and age when you could control things using your voice alone.
ゲーム機も音声で操作できるに違いない
The PS4, though? I don't know. What a time to be alive. now that I knew that, it should be easy. What the shit do we say? On.
OK PS4
Murasaki, I swear to God, you're such a boomer. She's like me.
OK PS4
God damn it. I was probably using the wrong words.
Hey PS4
Murasaki, no. There are no buttons on it. You just slide your finger on the... This was embarrassing. ... What did you say to start a game again?
ゲームスタート
Alright. Just pulled into VR.
デュエルスタンバイ 闇の力を秘めし鍵を真の姿を我の前に示せ
I hope that works.
レディーツ
It didn't work. Despite all that, the PS4 did
あ
nothing.
なたどういうキャプターなのよ
Wee Woo Space Marines alert! Help! Help! Ma- s- b- 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 My brain died and I couldn't figure out the words to say. For some reason, I was gonna say "Mom," I'm like ass crawling out for help from Mom, but she's not even here. I suddenly heard a voice behind me, and when I turned around, I saw an unfamiliar ghost.
びっくりした
Because, you know, Murasaki can see ghosts.
タッチボタン
Oh? See?
え
The ghost knows.
PS4 のボタンは触るだけで反応するの
Mm-hmm.
ほらそこに取り出しマークがあるでしょ
God, it was really just Murasaki being super boomer.
おお
そこに触れればディスクを取り出せるから
Man, the ghost knows more than you.
ありがとう
いいえ
ところであなたは
通りすがり
どうしてわざわざ来てくれたの
Did you hear of my PS4 problem?
なんか呪文が聞こえたから
It's just Murasaki, don't worry about it.
私幽霊になるのって初めてだからさ
That doesn't... I feel like you only have the one time. I doubt there's anyone who becomes a ghost for a second time.
幽霊になるとそういうのも聞こえるもんかって思って来てみたら
You're just like learning how to be a ghost at this point.
忘れて
まあ言う相手もいないし
When you talk to ghosts, it's always so sad. For someone who was aware that she was a
落
ghost,
ち着いてるね
yeah, like, oh, this is cool.
そうこれでもびっくりしてる方なんだけどね
You don't sound shocked at all.
でも死ぬことは分かってたからそこはね
Oh, you had accepted it.
まさか幽霊になるとは思ってなかったけど
Well, why were you gonna die? Why? What's going on here? Why was the person like this not moving on?
未練ある幽霊になる人は何かしら思い残しとか心配事とかあるものだから
Is this about to throw a wrench into like everything we know?
ああそうなんだ なるほどね。
Hmm?
あれ、あなたは幽霊？
She's not. She's an actual person.
ううん
She's alive. She has these magical powers.
じゃあ、
うん幽霊と会話できる
She can. I've been with her this whole time.
霊能力者ってやつ？
うんまあそう
Just so shocked.
へえ、本当にいるのね。こんな若いのに。
I mean,
若さは関係ないと思うけど
I was literally gonna say that. God damn it, Murasaki, you beat me to it.
それより結局何か未練があるの
Doesn't sound like it.
あ
Maybe like a single one lingering
ー、
regret.
まあ、
うん
So tell us what's on your mind, Ghost. She sure has trouble speaking.
あいつに会いに行っとくか。
What? Who?
会いたい人がいるんだ
I mean,
会いたいっていうか、気になるっていうか。
oh yeah, I can't see a way this is gonna be sad.
ほら、あれよあれ。
どれ
あーもう、なんていうかさ、ほら、片思い的な。
There you go, you did it.
いい年して何言ってんだって感じだけどさ。
You know the same thing you have, Murasaki. Ah!
会いに行った方がいいよ
Can she just do that?
どうして？
幽霊になると49日くらいしかこの世にいられないから
No.
何それ、ルール？
It's like an estimate before you turn evil.
そう
あ、そうなんだ。49日ね。まあしゃあない。メイドの土産に会いに行っときますか。
And that's a little souvenir.
後悔しないようにね
Look at Murasaki.
あんたもね。
She's in her element. Oh, the no regrets, Murasaki. You need to have no regrets either. Come on now. The ghost waved her hand and passed through the window. See, that you two meant more than... It was too late for me, though. I mean... What's the worst what's gonna happen? Heartbreak? Come on now. After seeing the ghost off, I remembered my goal and turned around. You know, the whole thing where it's like looking at the street? I couldn't believe my eyes. The scene on the TV now had a person standing in the middle of it. It was clearly...
週 1
What's he doing? Why is he standing there? There was no mistaking it. I could recognize him anywhere. The one on the screen was Shuichi.
どういうこと
Well, this is freaking me out. I rushed over to the window and looked down at the location it was showing. However, I didn't see anyone there, let alone Shuichi. I then took out my smartphone and made a call. Oh, God, I hate that fucking ring. Hey, Murasaki!
週 1
Oh, God, you said... I looked at the TV screen again. The one there was spread out on the ground next to the path, looking at the sky above. It didn't look like he was answering his phone or talking to anyone. Is this seeing into the future? Murasaki? Hello? Murasaki? However, I definitely heard Shuichi on the other end of the call.
今
Wee-woo?
どこ
Alert, Murasaki. Initiate Plan Alpha Zeta. Save Shuichi. Eh? I'm at school. With the sexy new teacher. I'm not pretty sure you've heard. God damn it.
そう
Murasaki, why did you cut? Oh, I semi-unconsciously ended the call. Dude. Then I stared at the screen.
週 1
He didn't respond. He was just looking up at the sky, not moving an inch. I mean, he's a visual novel protagonist. That's what they do. You gotta give him a break, Murasaki. That was definitely Shuichi. He had his eyes fixed on the clouds for some reason. My head was a real mess right now. Ooh, burp. Was this a recording? But the Shuichi that entered the video to save Chiako didn't do anything like this. In fact, this had a bird's eye view perspective. The same as from the time Chiako was saved. Oh. Well, if that wasn't the case, this was a video being taken from above, but that was unlikely. What the fuck is this? There was a bigger problem, though. My fingers touched the disc removal button, making a little beep. However, no disc came out. I didn't think there would be. It wasn't that it was stuck or anything. It's just there's nothing there. This PS4 was playing something despite there being no disc for it. That was enough to understand that something was in fact not right. Shuichi was in school right now. When I was leaving school, Shuichi was still there. He hadn't returned to his room yet, but when I called, it was clear that he was nowhere nearby. That was what I knew to be reality. In this case, was the one on the screen a doppelganger? That can't be. It was weird for the empty PS4 to even show something like this to begin with. Blizzard, what are you doing to me? The only hint I had right now was Chiako's faint presence. Yeah. It was very faint, like a remnant, but it was definitely there. Like residual Chiako energy. The source was the PS4. Sure, her energy lives there now. I had to stop and think about this. Why was Chiako's presence still here? Was the curse still active? Fuck, man. Don't do that to me. No. If what Shuichi and I did really rewrote reality, now that Chiako was alive, the curse wouldn't have existed to begin with. I'm thinking it is just residual energy. Maybe this wasn't something I should have even been thinking about. I took out my smartphone. Today was...
9月4日.
We're still in September too at the time of this recording. If the time Chiako had was exactly 49 days, the time limit would be the day after tomorrow, September 6th. Did that mean that despite all that happened, her 49 days weren't over because it was still the 4th? Maybe when it gets to the 6th, that's when the energy just goes away? The presence? But like, she'd maybe still be here? I fucking hope so. If that was the case, it wasn't strange for this place here to still have remnants of Chiako's presence. But wait, if we really did rewrite the past, her presence just couldn't be here. The past had changed, so there was no reason for it to exist.
どうしても辻褄が合わなくなる.
Fucking Murasaki, we're in some shit, alright? Some timey-wimey spiritual bullshit. In that case, where was the remnant coming from? If what we had done was rewrite the past...
ここに映っている秀一は何?
Maybe... The very fact that the screen was showing me this strange scene was inexplicable. If the past really had changed, nothing weird could be happening to Shuichi's PS4.
もしかすると前提そのものが
What if the past had never been changed? I don't know if that's the case. I had to go back to my room and gather my thoughts. There was no telling when Shuichi would come back here. ... Dude, what are you doing to me? Game. I returned to my home and spread out some notes on the desk. Oh, all right. Let's write it all down. Okay. I started by assuming that the timeline when Chiako was a ghost was A. All right. Cursed video. Whoop, sent Shuichi's soul in. Yep, that happened. The timeline on the other side of the cursed video where Shuichi had sent his soul was A. And the timeline now would be B. The things that had happened in A were reflected in reality, and A became B. Was the unexplainable video from A? Okay. If that was the case, were the Shuichis from A and B different people? That's what I was kind of thinking. That, like, the one we're seeing is the other, the other timeline?
別人別周一
The other timeline where we didn't save Chiako. And oh, I don't like where this is going. Whatever you call them, it would mean that Shuichi now existed in both A and B. And A's doesn't have Chiako, which means we could get in on that action, Murasaki. Let's fucking go. Well, I don't like that. Never mind. That wasn't right. Even if Shuichi existed in both worlds, it would be at odds with the assumption that the world had been rewritten. Inexplicable! The main problem here was the Shuichi from A. Dude.
この世界はチャコの記憶をもとに再構築された現実世界の裏側。
Oh, Shizuku's voice, our resident genius.
チャコは隣り合った世界の扉を開くことができる。現実世界の裏側、隣り合った世界。
So it's entirely possible that what we're seeing is a different timeline Shuichi. What if World A hadn't been rewritten into B? Okay, yeah, but what if A and B coexisted? We had first been in A, then passed through A apostrophe to move to B where Shuichi's actions were reflected, right?
違う。
If we'd moved, it hadn't made sense for Shuichi to exist in both A and or A apostrophe and B. Why had the number of Shuichis increased? What had we actually done? What have I done?
増えた？
Number of Shuichis had increased from 1 to 2. No, that can't be right. It had to be something more basic than that. What the fuck?
私たちは新しい可能性を手に入れる。新しい可能性。
Like, timeline shit is always weird because you're like, timelines, parallel worlds, different dimensions, you know, especially when you move from one time to another. Does the other you, is there another you in that universe? You know, something like that. It's all insane. I just get copied. The world B we're in now had been created based on the new possibilities from A apostrophe.
新しくできた世界？
What if it wasn't the amount of Shuichis that increased, but the amount of worlds? Holy shit. From our interference in A apostrophe, the new world of B was born.
って何を考えてるんだろう。
You're thinking like a crazy person, and I fucking love it. That was such an absurd theory, but it's perfect. Maybe I'm just so crazy, I understand. But I felt like I'd heard of something like that before. It was something about the world being only a few moments old. I used my smartphone to run a search using the relevant keywords. Found it.
世界5分前仮説。
What the shit is that? What does that mean? The 5-minute hypothesis is a hypothesis that proposes that the universe sprang into existence 5 minutes ago. What? Basically, even if you had memories of the more distant past, You couldn't disprove the idea that they, along with the rest of the world, had been created just 5 minutes ago. This was only a part of the hypothesis I just thought of. But if there's any value to it, maybe I couldn't ignore the idea that the amount of worlds had increased. After all, this was the only way to really explain how there could be a Shuichi existing in both A apostrophe and B. If the amount of worlds had really increased, would that mean that the new world B had been created when I dragged Shuichi out of the cursed video, world A apostrophe? Created? No, maybe just A multiplied or branched? Regardless, I was now in World B, which considered the possibility that where Chiyako hadn't died. And the only ones who had memories of A were Shuichi and I, who'd interacted with A apostrophe. I could be completely wrong, but this hypothesis did explain the strange situation.
雫が恋しい
Oh, she would have... boom. Instantly figured it out. Dead people couldn't come back, though. That's a lie, because we saved Chaco. At first, I thought that the world had changed from A to B after I'd moved Shuichi from A to A apostrophe and back. But if the idea that the worlds increased in number was correct, it would mean World B, the copy of the new possibility in A apostrophe, had just newly appeared. We hadn't moved to a neighboring world, but only made a modified copy. It would mean that Shuichi, who'd been copied over from A to A apostrophe, was now stuck there. Oh my god. That would mean that the screen had showed me A apostrophe, the other side of the real world.
秀一あなたはそこに取り残されているの
What the actual fuck? Dude. Whew. After some time, I put down my pen and looked at the letter. Whoa! Uh-oh. There. That should be enough. I didn't know what the thing I was about to do would result in. Murasaki, for all I knew, I myself could vanish. However, I didn't hesitate. Murasaki, no. The Shuichi there was Shuichi too. Even if he was a copy in a world that wasn't real. This world, Shuichi had already met Chiyako. It was easy to imagine what kind of future that would bring. But if I vanished from this world, the Shuichi here would never stop trying to find me. I didn't want him to waste his happy days doing that. That was why I wrote about it. No, Murasaki. I went and took out an envelope of my favorite color. From the favorite letter set. Murasaki, no. Looking down at the sealed envelope, I thought about the scene the screen had displayed. World A apostrophe could be seen from this world, and Chiyako's presence was still there.
まだ開いている隣り合う世界の扉
That's why. Oh, I don't know about this. I changed into my shrine priestess clothing and returned to the Kanzaki household. No one had come back yet. I don't like anything. Murasaki. The TV in Shuichi's room was still on.
あれ
The scene's not there? Unlike last time, the screen now showed just the scenery. Oh.
秀一
Oh god, he's gone. He was gone.
どこへ
Did this mean you could go to places besides the scene displayed here? If that was the case,
どこか遠くへ行ってしまう前に秀一を見つけないと
we're just a whole bunch of insane. If I couldn't, that Shuichi would be all alone, roaming that realm for a long time. Also, there was no telling how long the door would be open. Once Chiyako's 49th day came, the door between this world and that one would most likely be closed. I hadn't had any intentions about this or hesitations about this to begin with. But I became all the more sure that I had to act now. I'm scared. I couldn't bear to let Shuichi die all alone wandering in some other world. Whew! Leaving the envelope on the desk, I looked back at the TV. Oh, God. Why is this happening? I relaxed my whole body to steady my hastening heart. It would be alright. This wouldn't be my first time doing this. The only difference now is that I would be going there myself instead of sending Shuichi. She literally just... Goodbye, soul. Holding my chest, I tore myself out of me. Good, and sent it toward the screen before me. You just... Oh. Because it's very painful. Dude. Hold on. Oh, Shuichi. Hello, Space Marines. I need assistance, please. Mental or otherwise. I was lying on the right side of the path. See, now it's me again. The plan was that I'd be taken back to the original world just after parting ways with young Chiako, but so right at that moment, I hadn't heard her voice since then. Okay. What's happening, Murasaki? Dude. There was no one else in this world. I couldn't hear the hustle and bustle of the town. Neither Chiako nor my dad were at home. Everything around my home was surrounded by nothing but whiteness, and I couldn't hear Murasaki anymore. I would not want to be in that position. That is, like, terrifying if you think about it. Fucking completely alone. Oh. I laid down and did nothing but stare at the sky. That's what we saw. I had no idea what was happening. Had we failed? No, it's fine. Was I stuck here? Would I be all alone here until I died? You know, at least we saved Chiako, I suppose. Murasaki. Murasaki. She probably couldn't hear me anymore. Dude. Murasaki! Even so, I couldn't keep myself from shouting her name. I feel like we'd all be in that situation. Like, please hear us. Please. Alright, so now we're gonna be Murasaki, the truest childhood friend. Oh, hello! Probably hurt like hell, didn't it? I was so tense that I could feel sweat pouring down my forehead and dripping off my chin. I still don't... This is wee-woo, though. The intense pain had stopped, but it felt like the sharp sensation was still reverberating through my body. I embraced myself as if to make the pain go away, while just lying on the ground, unable to do anything. I'd heard things, but I didn't think that separating from your body would hit this hard. You told him, Shuichi, that it was gonna hurt like hell, okay? So you knew this was gonna happen. But it looked like it was successful. Before me, I saw the same scene I'd seen on TV. However, I couldn't see Shuichi anywhere. I turned around and couldn't see any cameras. Not only that, but the town just ended. And the path being behind me led to nothing but white light. It looked like the sky in the distance was being drowned in white too.
本当に限定的な空間。
Oh, wait. What? Wait. I reflexively looked in the direction of the voice. A boy jumped out of behind the hedge, only to disappear again. I almost rushed after him, but then he just melted in the white light. Oh.
今のは。
待って秀一
As As I stood there dumbfounded, another small silhouette passed by. The girl also disappeared beyond the white boundary. Were they Shuichi and me from when we were young?
どういうこと？
Was I in a different era? Oh god. No, wait, I had to calm down and process this properly. I looked back at the white light again. I was able to make it here to world A apostrophe. Based on what had just happened, that was pretty much obvious. But now I had to figure out what time I was in. From what they looked like, it seemed like it was when we were both about 5 years old. When Shuichi had entrusted little Chiako to his father, it was the year 2004. Dude, I did all this math like after the fact. So, that was the year when Shuichi and I were about 4 or 5 years old. Does that mean that I was basically in the same time that Shuichi interfered with? Sounds about right to me. I had been chasing after Shuichi.
って感傷に浸ってる場合じゃない。
Murasaki, no. I had to find him. Looking away from the white light, I took a step forward. And are we able to move? Hello, it's me again. Zuko here. Still just staring up at the sky. ... Not thinking anything in particular. I just looked up at the sky above. Watching the cloud slowly pass by made me unable to tell how much time had passed. Murasaki still wasn't saying anything back. It didn't seem like she would respond anytime soon. She was the only one who could get me out of this predicament. And if I wasn't able to contact her, well, I guess I'll die. Holy shit, it actually is hopeless. No, I couldn't let myself think like that. Speaking of Murasaki, what was up with her home in this space? Maybe she's there? No, it was impossible, probably. I knew that much. But I also knew there was no point in just sitting here. There was no point if I didn't act. After convincing myself of that, I slowly stood up. Alright, gotta do something. Gotta do something. Murasaki, what's the plan? Yeah, sounds like me. I walked past the corner to see little Shuichi run out of the house. The little me followed after him.
どうして逃げるの？
紫が別のトイレにお化けがいるって言うから。
She just sees ghosts.
お化けじゃないよ。幽霊。
Nah, you stupid. Little Shuichi shook and ran off.
何も怖いことなんてないのに。
I mean... Seeing them so suddenly, I remembered just when it happened.
あれ？
Huh? But didn't this happen after I started elementary school? I thought I was only 4 or 5 years old here. See the thing rising and, oh god, the little me vanished like a shadow. What in the world is going on here? A moment later, the door to the Kanzaki house opened up again. 2 people walked out, young Shuichi and his mom, both wearing mourning clothes. Oh no! No! They entered the car looking completely haggard. I saw this before as well. Remembering the scene, I looked up and saw myself looking at the car from my house's 2nd floor. I was wearing mourning clothes too. This was definitely the day of Shuichi's dad's wake. The Kanzaki's car slowly drove away. So it's like time's just kind of go. Oh, that's Shuichi's dad passed away when we were in the 3rd year of elementary school, which was when we were 9 years old. It was only a few moments from my perspective, but time went forward a whole few years. Yeah, that's what it looked like to me. What was going on?
この世界はチャコの記憶をもとに再構築された現実世界の裏側。
If only Shizuku could save us.
記憶？
Was this a reflection of my memories? This reminded me that the path before the Kanzaki house was made not by Chiako's, but Shuichi's memories. That meant that this world was a limited space created based on the memories of the people that supported it. It was...
私の脳の中にいるみたい。
Dude. Those words just came out of my mouth, but now that I thought about it, they felt right. The memories I've been seeing here were moments that left a strong impression on me. Honestly, this was basically a flashback.
紫ちゃん。
What? Shuichi, Dad. The voice behind me made me turn around. Dude, the timeline's all out of whack.
君には見えるんだね。
Wait! What?
うん。
Oh, she was seeing. Oh, never mind. The timeline's not out of whack. The little me was facing Shuichi's dad, who was floating in the air. I went and hid behind the gate to my house.
本当に死んじゃったんだね。
Oh,
はあ、そうみたいだ。
yeah, you know. I remember having this conversation. I remembered it very well, in fact. It was the first time that someone so close to me died, and the first time I talked to a ghost. Also...
未練が残っているの？幽霊になるのは未練が残っている人。
おう。なるほど。未練？
It's like, let me think.
そうだな。そうかもしれないね。
それは？
週一だな。美月は強い人だから心配はしていない。必ず立ち直ってくれる。だけど週一は君と同じでまだ9歳。とても不安定な時期だ。
Oh yeah, that would stay with you. Like
しかも僕たちは兄弟みたいに仲が良かったからね。サッカーしたり、ゲームしたり。
No.
僕が言うのもなんだけど、あの子の素質は計り知れないよ。
The little me looked back at the Kanzaki house for a second.
週一と週一ママには行った方がいい？
I mean, he can't. Like...
話ができるのかい？
私を通してなら。
Well, yeah, I mean, with you, he can. Huh? Shuichi's dad fell silent for a moment. I couldn't see it back then, but I could tell how... now that he was conflicted.
いや、
Oh?
あの二人はもうこの3日で僕が死んだことと向き合っているはずだ。そこにまた僕が関わってしまうことは残酷だろう。
Damn. He's like... That's just... I can't do that.
僕も二人と別れることに向き合わないとな。
I realized what an objective outlook Shuichi's dad had. Oh, suddenly the two silhouettes vanished like mist. Dude. If I had the option, I wouldn't want to remember what happened next. Oh god, no. Oh! Though that just meant that it had left a strong impression on me.
なあ、おい紫。
What do you want? It had happened only a couple days after my talk with Shuichi's dad. I was about to go inside, but when I was stopped by Shuichi.
週一。
Hiding behind a hedge, I watched it play out. Even now, I can remember how scary Shuichi's eyes
お
were.
前見えるよな。
Oh no. No, say no.
幽霊だよ。
No, we don't see ghosts. We don't see nothing.
本当に見えるんだよな。
No, no, no! Damn it, you should have lied, even though he knows.
父さんは
Oh god. Murasaki.
父さんを見たか？
Say no. Murasaki, no! Your answer's already been made. At this moment, there were two feelings mixed up in my head. One was the fact that Shuichi's dad told me not to tell. I knew his reasons and why he felt like that. However, that meant lying to Shuichi. It's fine. I would say the dad's wish is more important. It would be just a single lie, but a very harsh betrayal.
なあ、
Oh my god. Settle down. The little Shuichi grabbed the young Mii's shoulders.
そうなんだよ紫。答えろよ。
I mean,
いない。
Oh, the lie. At that moment, Shuichi's eyes shook.
本当に
All the power left Shuichi's body as he became disappointed and downcast. I could see it clearly.
でも
Oh no.
いないってことは未練が心残りがないってことだから、秀一パパは秀一や秀一ママのことをとても信じているってことだよ。
I was so desperate. I can tell. Small as I was, even I knew that Shuichi didn't want to hear such cheap consolation. But that was about all I could say. That was the best solution.
紫ちゃん、
As I got lost in thought, I heard a voice from the Kanzaki garden.
悪かった。嘘をつかせることになってしまって。
He's just still around.
大丈夫。
それからありがとう。言わないでくれて。
I mean, I would have done the same thing.
死んじゃった人の願いはできるだけ叶えてあげたいから。
Yup. Yup.
紫ちゃんはいい子だね。ところで僕は行くことにするよ。この何日か2人を見ていたけど、なんとか乗り越えてくれそうだ。
It's like, yeah, they'll be good.
まあここを去らなきゃいけないってのも寂しいけどな。
He made that sound like a joke, but he was completely honest.
紫ちゃん、秀一をよろしくな。秀一が頼れるのは君しかいないから。
Oh.
君がいてくれれば秀一は大丈夫だろう。
The feels hitting me. I still remember those words well. He'd entrusted Shuichi to me. He wanted me to stay close to him, to support him. I can remember this very well.
誰？
Huh? Ah, crap. Wee woo. Murasaki, run. He's a kid. He's dumb. He won't understand. The sudden voice made me turn around and I saw little
お
Shuichi.
姉さん、人んちの玄関で何してんの？
What are you doing in front of someone's home? It's like this is my house. Right, I forgot that you had influence in you can influence the past from here. Oh! Murasaki, we were careless. We're fucked. It's over. I had to handle this without leaving much of an impression.
野良猫追ってきたの。
野良猫？
Yeah, his name's Mr. Balls.
そう、野良猫。ほら、いる るでしょ、この辺に。グレーのアメ書みたいな野良猫。
God damn it. You are talking about Mr. Balls.
そうなの？見たことないけど。
Tell him the name. Oh, nose.
さっきまでここにいたんだけど、行っちゃったみたい。
Excellent. Keep up the lying. Oh, you son of a bitch. Little Shuichi then stared at my face.
じゃあ
Hey, get out of here.
私はこれで。
We gotta go on, get. We gotta skedaddle. I walked by him and went out the gate when...
Nah.
No. No, run. There was no telling what would change if he found out I was Murasaki.
お姉さん、紫の親戚？
Oh, we could say we're the older sister. Because she has an older sister, but she's like... She's never around.
紫って誰？
I guess we'll keep lying.
違うの？似てると思ったんだけどな。
Who's Murasaki? My name's Jim.
それじゃあお邪魔しました。
She is trying so hard to get out. I heard away, not giving him a chance to stop
変
me.
なの。
Alright, I feel like we're... Whew! Wipe the sweat from our brow, Murasaki. We made it out. The chain of illusions of the past was turning my sense of perceived time into a mess. Just how long had I been here now?
週一を探さないといけないのに。
Now look, there he is. Oh God. The edges of my vision were slowly crumbling. I wasn't just seeing things. The white line was engulfing the road. It was gradually getting closer.
この空間が消えていってる。
So what happens when that happens, Murasaki? The scene made me feel that something wasn't right. Perhaps this space was disappearing along with Chiako's curse. Oh, Jesus. The change was slow, but it seemed very certain. Ah, so see, that's what that is. Perhaps the reflections of my memories were as unstable as pre-death flashbacks because the order of the space was crumbling. That was all the more reason to find Shuichi. Dude, come on, we don't have like a lot of space to search. Where was he? If I was him, I would now be aware that I could influence the space, but I didn't know what effect that would have on it. In that case, I would figure that it was best to avoid interacting with the young me or the young Shuichi. The most certain way to do that was...
消える。
No! To melt into the white light?
いくら週一でも。
I mean, he's probably just, like, hiding somewhere. Could he do something so bold? Can he really jump into the empty world he knew nothing about? I knew I couldn't do that. But I had to choose between the dangers of staying here and affecting the world and sacrificing myself to be completely safe. The option I had to go for was obvious, even if it was really cruel.
何か他の可能性は。
Careful not to influence the shadows of our memories, I carefully and meekly looked around the area, though the space wasn't all that large, so I quickly ran out of places to look. I couldn't find Shuichi anywhere. The only place I hadn't checked was...
家の中。
Was he just, like, hiding in the house? The chances of him being there were low, but I had to check just in case. Oh, no. Oh, God. Break in. We're breaking in. I silently opened the door. No one will know. Haha, fools, you left your door open. This is why you lock your doors. I standing at the entrance, I strained my ears. It was silent. Holding my shoes in my hand, I slowly went inside. I guess we'll die. Upon hearing the door behind me open up, I rushed to jump into the Japanese-style room.
お邪魔します。
Oh. It was the little me hiding in the room. I strained my ears once again. She didn't seem to notice me and then just went upstairs. Relieved, I stuck out my face. When was this? Was this a reflection of some uneventful day? I don't know. This is your memories, Murasaki. I silently went to the bottom of the stairs and looked up at the second floor. ...
ねえ秀一ご飯食べないとだよ
Oh. I heard my own voice. Going by how clear it was, the door was probably open. Alright, this happened only a short time after Shuichi's dad died. Oh, and he's doing that thing.
少しでもいいから
Oh no, don't push him. He sounds aggressive.
じゃあゲームしよう
Oh yeah, what he did with his dad. That's fun.
ゲーム
Oh no. Oh no. Murasaki, the little you made a bad mistake. I said that in the hopes that he would cheer up. But nope. Hello?
全然弱いじゃん
Wow.
ごめん
Guess,
いつもやらないくせに
okay. Listen. Don't give her shit.
思い出させるためか
What? No?
知ってるだろこれ俺が父さんとよくやってたの
She's trying to be your friend.
これやってて父さんを思い出した思い出させるためにゲームって言ったのか
No? What?
違うよ少しでも秀一が元気になればって
Stop being mean to little Murasaki, you asshole.
少しでも秀一パパの代わりになれればって
Oh, you shouldn't have said that line.
お前が父さんの代わりになんてなれるわけないだろ
See, that's why you shouldn't have said that line. Oh. It wasn't Shuichi's fault. I hadn't intended it, but I poured salt on the still bleeding wound from the loss of his father. There was no way that 9-year-old boy could keep himself together in that situation. I returned to the Japanese-style room. I heard the little me run down the stairs and rush outside. She tried, though. But she's also young, so she doesn't know what to say or how to say it, or... I could still remember how I felt back then. I hated the fact that I couldn't help him and felt really pathetic. I ran back, crying my eyes out, but I still wanted to support him somehow. I even secretly trained by playing that game so I could play with him again. But in the end, there was just no way I could replace his dad, and the gap just seemed to be growing bigger. I even stopped visiting him. Oh, Shuichi was suffering, and I couldn't do anything for him. It took a while for him to start treating me the same as before. At least it looked like it was the same. But I could tell that Shuichi wasn't opening himself up to me, and was unable to get him to. I was scared of doing that. I hadn't asked him what he thought of his father's death and how he'd gotten over it. I was right by him, but I couldn't do anything for him. The situation changed when Shuichi brought home the cursed Blu-ray, and Chiyako appeared. With Chiyako's appearance, Shuichi began to need me. That was obvious, since only I was able to handle it, but even so, I was glad that I could help him. Spending the summer with him as we dealt with the girls made me really happy. I really did love him. No. If he was all alone in this decaying space-time, I would be with him until the very last moment. I wanted to see him. After confirming that Shuichi wasn't inside the house, I also went outside. I don't want to know where this is going. I don't like where it's going. Oh, hello. Oh, wee woo. Just hello. No one's home. Looked like no one was there to hear the sound of the Serenji household's intercom. Oh, Murasaki's mom wasn't the type to act like she wasn't home, so if she wasn't, she'd react in some way. Oh, he heard it. Sounds like we're in the same, like, section then. I heard an angry voice behind me. I turned around and looked at my house's second floor, and then someone opened the door. Oh no! A familiar child ran by me, crying, and rushed into the Sirenji household. That was Murasaki? That means the one who shouted was me? I see. So I went back to the past. Huh? But when was this? Oh well. No point thinking about it. I was trapped in some mystery space where anything could happen. Though now that I encountered it, if I felt like I could remember when this was. This happened right after Dad died. I see. I'd made Murasaki cry. Oh, poor girl. I knew that this was a long time ago, but Murasaki's tears made me feel strangely guilty. Back then, Murasaki suggested we play video games. She normally didn't play them at all, but this time she suggested that we play them, play the game I played with my dad. It reminded me of him, which made me hurt even more, and now that I look back on it, Murasaki was probably just trying to cheer me up. This reminded me of that she'd been with me as long as I can remember. We'd always went to the same schools, and even when Chiako appeared, we're childhood friends after all. We're never gonna... I was afraid to finish that sentence. It felt like it would make me face reality. That was exactly why I kind of wanted to see her. Damn, that's uncool. I wanted to at least apologize for back then. Well, you can. She's here and we're all gonna die together. Even if we couldn't meet again. Oh yeah, I just remembered that I can influence these memories. That meant that it would be best to avoid getting close to little Murasaki. I guess I'll just go away. I turned my back to the familiar house and walked forward. But man, what am I supposed to do? Ow, I die. Ah! Something suddenly dragged me into the white light. Oh god. Murasaki, I think we found him. He was dragged into the light. By what? I left Shuichi's house. Everything was tinted in colors of the evening, meaning that some time had passed. Shuichi wasn't anywhere near the Kanzaki household. See, he didn't just jump in, he was dragged in. That's the problem. However, I don't think he'd been engulfed by the white light. Oh, he was. Was there a third possibility? Looking around, I thought about the situation. To begin with, this space had been recreated out of Chiako's memories. However, young Chiako shouldn't have had memories of the Kanzaki house, so this particular space had to have been a recreation of Shuichi's memories. Did that mean that Kanamura, which was Chiako in Chiako's memories, was here too? Maybe that's where he went. He just got dragged back there. Chiako had opened the door between parallel worlds and went from Kanamura to the Kanzaki household. Did that mean it was possible to use the door to go there? Though trying that meant finding the door first. It's apparently right in front of your house if that's the case. Oh, the vague remnants of Chiako's presence were extending from the Kanzaki household to somewhere else. They were, see? Look at, they were so weak that I wouldn't have noticed if I hadn't focused. I followed the thread in the air to the left of the Kanzaki household. And, led by Chiako's presence, I found a fissure in the space right before the white light. And beyond it, I saw the entrance to Kanamura. Oh, thank
これが
God.
扉。
But he got sucked in or
こ
something.
れに触れれば
Would I appear on the other side? Oh, that's what it looks like. I was thinking something different. Murasaki, what are you doing? I looked back at the path I just walked through. Oh, there was a small girl standing there with this familiar townscape. Wiping her tears, she looked at me with curious eyes. I remembered this. I tried to touch Shuichi's heart, only to be pushed aside. I desperately wanted to help him, but Shuichi hadn't yet healed enough to open himself up to others. I'd been unable to understand that, but was also too afraid of the one I liked becoming distant, so I never stopped trying to get involved. Uh-oh. How nostalgic.
さよなら、私。
After a short farewell, I reached beyond that fissure and engulfed in white light. Hello? Oh, thank God I'm alive. No, I'm at... I was thrown into a completely different place and left lying on the ground. What the hell? Hello? Oh. This is... I recognize this. In fact, I literally just been here. Kanamura? Why was I here? Woo! I turned around and saw a crack in the air. Yeah, okay. Beyond it, I saw the street next to my house. Could this be the thing I used to warp alongside Chiako? Warp. I fearfully reached into the crack. And then, okay, so he even tries it. All right. Once more. Whoa, it's an anywhere door. Well, it's not anywhere. Or to be more precise, like a pass-through hoop. Whatever. Was this opened by Chiako? If she really managed to make a hole in space-time, then she definitely was something. But if this really was Kanamura... Oh, I have an idea! There was probably a place where I wouldn't influence anyone. Oh, it's good. Got some good shelter from the elements too, so I guess I'll go there. Not like I knew if it rained here or anything. Oh God, where are you going? God damn it. I went up the familiar mountain path. God, fuck. An unpleasant thought came back to me. I'd like to believe that Chiako didn't exist anymore. But why was I left behind in here? I was told that this world had been made out of Chiako's memories, and the Kanamura zone was restrictive in that regard. The hole from before was open because Chiako was around, and I couldn't do anything like that myself. And assuming that I could influence the world, that meant I shouldn't leave Kanamura. Seriously? Was I really left behind in this world? Left behind. Was it a simple failure in bringing me back? Or is there some sort of meaning to this? You were copied. What was left in this world besides me? I probably couldn't interact with other people. Hell, what if there's no people in Kanamura, in the Kanamura zone to begin with? Wait, there is. Upon realizing something, I sped up a bit. Oh, no. God damn it. Hey! I looked into the well and called out, hey! No response. He's dead. Is he dead? No, Jiro Mikanagi was supposed to be arrested. So if he wasn't saying anything now, did it mean that this was after he'd been caught? Alright. I didn't know why, but it seemed like time had gone forward around my house, too. That's true. But if that was true, there should be signs left behind that the police were searching around here. What if it wasn't recreated because the event wasn't in Chiako's memories? Yeah, you're right. Did he vanish from this world? He just strolled on out. This wasn't a question I stood any chance of answering. All I knew was that there was no one left here. I leaned against the wall or the well and looked around. And then, from the well, I get grabbed! I would not even be near that well ever. This was an ominous place. It was the place where they were cruelly murdered and buried without anyone knowing. And I had to fucking stay here. The circumstances aside, the fact that I was actually here was just... They had been buried without anyone knowing. I see. So there was still something I could do. Oh, wait. Proper burial? I grabbed the shovel that Chiro had kicked away and forced it into the ground. After digging up some dirt, I repeated the motion again. Won't keep you waiting for long. I just continued digging. Well, I'll be preoccupied for a while. Oh, no. Woo. We're good. The moment I touched the door, I was assaulted by a feeling of being absorbed, and the scenery instantly changed.
ここがカンナ村。
There were no people around, and the outer edge of the entrance was drowned in white. Or light. Same thing, really. A place where he could escape everyone he knew and not influence anyone. That was where Shuichi belonged. And there was only one place like that in this world. Immediately knows. I naturally began walking faster. She's a smart girl. This time, I would stay close to his side. Even if he was a shadow or a copy or whatever. If Shuichi was there, if he was suffering, I wanted to stay with him. Before I knew it, I was running. This is all gonna be like sad at the end. You guys know this, right? Because the other Shuichi's gonna like look at that the fucking whatever she wrote down in the envelope. Oh! I passed the village and went on the mountain path. I couldn't stop myself from moving. Why couldn't I become honest earlier? I was afraid of becoming aware of these feelings. I figured that it would eventually work out if we were always together. I figured that merely talking to him and standing by his side sometimes was enough. I'd been lying to myself. I was actually just standing in place. And that just wasn't enough. I had to see him again. It's fine.
秀一
See? You're gonna see him. He's right there. Upon seeing his back, I called out to him. He stopped in place for a moment, then slowly turned around. What? Murasaki? He's like got a fucking full beard somehow. Like time went by so fast.
秀一
I breathed out once and walked up to him. Murasaki, did you come to help me? I came to be by your side. Eh! Once close enough, I stopped and we looked at each other.
ご
Oh,
めんね秀一
Murasaki. Oh,
多分一方通行なの
yup. Oh no. Eh! Wait, are you saying that we won't be able to get out of here?
話せば長くなるけど結論はそう
Yeah, that's the fucking short version. Seriously? Shuichi hung his head. Well, I kinda thought that was the case.
ごめんね
That was like in the back of his mind, how it could always happen. Hey, it's not something you should apologize for. Well, huh? Murasaki, You came here while knowing it's one way?
うん。
But that means you can't go back, right?
いいの。
I'll always be by your side.
秀一が一人でかわいそうだったから。
Wait, so it's just Simpa...
嘘。
Eh?
秀一に会いたかったから。
Huh? What are you getting at? Seeing him all flustered made me smile. Did it go well with Chiako? This Shuichi was one who could not leave this space. That was why he didn't know the B possibility, where Chiako grew up into an adult.
うん。全部大丈夫。
But now the other one won't have Murasaki. I see. Shuichi made a relieved expression, like that was a weight off his mind. I looked down and noticed that Shuichi's hands were dirty.
何してたの？その汚れ。
Huh? Oh, I was looking for something that I could use as a cart.
台車？何か運ぶの？
Oh yeah, you came in just in time. There was something I want to ask you.
ん？
I figured we could hold a service for him. God damn it. Shuichi used his thumb to point at the back garden.
そっか。ここにはあの子たちがいるんだもんね。
He stayed behind in this space, all alone, and all for their sake. I want us to mourn them properly.
そうだね。
And there's me in the crowd of just us three. I'm crying. Anyway, let's get down to... What's with that face? Well, it feels like it's filled with more affection than ever. 'Cause it is. She gets pats.
この世界に飛び込んでよかった。
What's that supposed to mean? Shuichi said that, seeming slightly bashful before passing by me. Come on, let's go. They're waiting. Wait. Feeling at peace, I stood by him. I would walk with you. In this world with only us two, a world which could end at any moment. Even if we would both end up withering here, I would wait for that moment at your side. No, I don't know how I feel about it.
私の思いは導かれるようにあなたを追いかけてやがて消えるあの夢すれ違う空忘れないで愛しい人あなたがどこかで一人ならどの世界と越えてもたどり着く忘れないで愛しい人私が消えても終わりゆく未来をそばにいさせて手と手重ねて
Hello? Is anybody out there? Oh god. Oh yeah, Murasaki. There's something I need to apologize to you for.
いいよ
I didn't say anything though.
言わなくても分かってるでしょお互いもう許し合ってるとっくに
Yeah.
だから昔のことなんてそんなに悔やまなくていい私たちはもう今を生きてるんだから
That's how I become a ghost. When I die. When we get blown apart into oblivion. Oh. Oh no. I'm back. Uh-huh. I come back to this is why. This is why I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. I get what she's thinking, but then there's this one. It's all oh, this is what matters right here though. I came back to find from school to find Murasaki sleeping on my bed. Why is she in her shrine maiden clothing? The TV was on despite not showing anything either. There was an unfamiliar purple envelope on the desk. What's this? Oh god, this is gonna make me fucking cry, isn't it? I took it in hand and turned it around. There was nothing on the front or back. Oh my god. Wait! Ah! She suddenly screamed and took it from my hand. Wait! Whoa!
ダメこれは
I... What do you mean? Wait, what happened? Why were you sleeping here? Why are you so loud? So do you think she got copied as well with that then? That's crazy. I became a runaway train of questions. Murasaki on their other hand was protectively holding the envelope and staring directly at me. What? What are you doing in my room?
内緒
Whoa! Eh? Oh! The TV was still on. shrine priestess clothing, fainting, a shady envelope. It's like he did. I know! You failed an exorcism again, didn't you? An evil spirit appeared from the TV. You came here in your priestess clothing to exorcise it, but it overpowered you, and you fainted. And with that in mind, the envelope that has to contain a paper talisman. Oh, the brilliance of my deductive mind. That's me. That's how I think sometimes.
鈍感
But I mostly just call it the guru, really. Why?
じゃあ私は帰るね
Wow! What? What the fuck was that? Hold the hoozle in here. Murasaki, what the fuck's up? I left the Kazaki house and took a deep breath. Man, I really shouldn't be entering this house again. Would I? Shuichi broke space-time and came together with his fated one, so it's time for a nuisance like me to back out.
南の島にでも引っ越そうかな
No, Murasaki, you're still friend. As I muttered that, I passed by the gates to my house.
レノちゃん
Whoa! It's the ghost. Surprised by the sudden voice, I turned around and saw the ghost from
お
before.
お巫女服似合ってる
I'm just letting this ride out, dude. I'm not even overthinking anything anymore.
本当にレノちゃんなんだね現にあなたと話してる
It's like clearly. Speaking of which, this ghost went to see the one she had a crush on.
どうだった会ってきたよ
And
号泣しちゃった
scared the shit out of him, too.
でも泣いたらすっきりした
Oh, that's good.
泣いたらレノちゃんの恋バナは
Yeah, well.
内緒意地悪失恋した
Feels bad.
あら
She just arid.
だけどもう大丈夫そうなの
Oh. I looked out onto the road where it met the evening sun.
別の可能性ではつながっているかもしれないから
Okay, yeah, so the copying thing also happened. So that explains that. That explains that. But you can't leave me on the envelope. Come on. Come on. Oh, thank God. A few seasons passed since then, and summer came again. Oh. I took care of business and went out into the silent morning town. Yeah, following that day, Shuichi and I returned to being just childhood friends. Maybe I was just subconsciously avoiding him. I didn't know what to say to him, or what face to make in front of him. Also, it would be embarrassing if he asked me about the contents of the envelope. Due to this and that, we were almost completely stopped seeing each other. Losing my love hurt, but the fact that Shuichi found happiness made me strangely relieved. That was why I wasn't dissatisfied with how things were, and I lived like myself. I carefully closed the gate to my house and looked at the cicada husk right next to me. Summer. How I remember it so. I suddenly looked back at that special summer. Was my other half able to do what she had to do? I think so. Had she met Shuichi on the other side and achieved her goals? Now that Chiako's curse was gone, I had no means of finding out about that. And that means they maybe disappeared as well into the ether. There was no point in thinking about it, so I started walking towards school. The pleasant southern wind shaking the trees at the sides of the path passed me by. Oh! Oh! There you go. That's your other you. They lived on and lived happy. Dude. And there she goes. Okay. You gave me that closure, I guess. God damn it. It got me again. See, at first I was kind of like, but I think that was okay. It ended okay. Still kind of a little bittersweet, but like kind of not, because they did, in the other timeline did live together and work together, but in this one she's not. Childhood friend, it's like, it's nice, but it's also so I like that. Still don't know what was on the envelope though, or what was in the letter. There you go. So now we are 100% done. I did like this. I like this. It wasn't all good, and it wasn't all sad. So it was kind of like right in the middle. You had some bittersweet moments, and you had some moments. And that's really all I could ask for, I suppose. But what do you guys think of this little Murasaki chapter? We are Murasaki, considering this takes place after, the main story. Our Murasaki didn't get the happiness she wanted. The other one did, the copy. So I guess, in a sense, technically, god damn it. What'd you guys think of this is Murasaki's chapter, Purple Envelope? I enjoyed it a lot. I thought it was, I didn't really know how to feel when, we were doing the whole ripping our own soul out, going in, because I was like, I don't know how we're going to get out of this one, sort of thing. But I also wasn't really thinking about the whole, I didn't know if they would do the copy thing for her, even though they were really heavily hitting on it. But they did, so I guess that's nice. I was afraid that, this could have been the other alternate ending where, Murasaki wasn't copied, and, the Shuichi from after the main story had to live without his childhood friend, but he got to see what was in the envelope, or in the letter and everything. We didn't get to see that. That was left. That was left to whatever you think it is. So, yeah, that was Purple Envelope, Murasaki's chapter, and that marks the end of 7 days. And I'm really not surprised that Nene is winning the most popular character of the series fucking poll, which is on the last video, by the way, if you hadn't seen it. You should go leave a like on that video, just because, it's fucking great series. Great ass game. Nah, I'm just kidding. This one too. I'm just go full douche tuber. But I really enjoyed 7 days, and honestly, I think this kind of rounds it all out. I'm glad Murasaki got something. I heard, Kira, he's every time he even fucking mentions this goddamn chapter, I hear he's always sounds so disgusted for some reason, and I don't really see the problem with it. I mean, I guess I could see what what people would have a problem with this, but really, you can't please everybody. I'm happy, and that's all that fucking matters to me. Okay, everyone get your pitchforks and torches and go after Kira or something. I'm just kidding. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed 7 days. Definitely a top 5 contender for the year. Definitely, I would say. It's probably a guaranteed slot in there somewhere. We'll see. By the end of the year when I do make that video. And, yeah. Sakura's still my favorite. And, I just gotta say that. And the Sakura body pillow will forever be lost in the void. For I wasn't able to get it. I know I gotta mention it again, because it's fucking sad. Anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll see you guys next time on the next thing that I decide to do. Which will be that one game that everyone wants me to play. You know the one. It came out recently. You already know. I'll see you guys next time. I hope you enjoyed. Have a good one. Peace out, or ew, why'd I say that? I couldn't think of I'm bad at goodbyes. I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave my everything. When I get that new banner art done, Sakura's being put in it. I don't care. We're gonna put her in the back. Well, not in the back. You know what I mean. We're gonna put her in there somewhere. Hire the voice actress to do a drama CD for me. It just gets like super crazy and weird. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.